Hello everybody and welcome back. Finally we've got another video out. It's a very big update on my Fluval Evo 13.5 reef tank. So there's a lot of new things. As you can see in the tank we have livestock, quite a bit of livestock in there at the moment as well, even a couple of bits of coral as well. I'll run through that very shortly. A few more bits of equipment, made some couple modifications to the filtration here and there, so let's just jump right in. So starting off with the amazing looking royal grama that I've added right at the front here. He was a little bit expensive, about £45, but absolutely stunning fish. Never had one, but never had a dotty back before. He likes to just lurk around this kind of area. That's kind of his cave in there. He goes in for a bit, he comes out for a bit, comes out loads when it's feeding time. So yeah, I really like him. Really nice fish. Never had a dotty back. Really nice. Yeah. We also got two shrimp in here. We have a cleaner shrimp. He was about, I think, £30, £35. And then we got the blood red fire shrimp, which a lot of people say they hide away a lot. But I had one of these before a few years ago, and he was out all the time, and the colour on it is just really bright red. So I really wanted another one. Annoyingly, this guy was £40, nearly as much as the fish for a shrimp. It's quite a lot of money, but really nice. Always out, as you can see, the two of them. You know, no aggression between the two whatsoever. They're you know, I think they kind of partnered up quite a lot actually. They kind of just follow each other around and stuff. Yeah, we've also got a bit of cleanup crew here and there. We got there's one there. There's a turbo snail. There's another one. If I can show you up in the corner next to the wave pump. I'll get to the wave machine in just a second. So there's two turbo snails in there trying to keep on top of the algae, which is starting to brew up. This is the early stages of the tank. The tank's about 5 weeks old. Where it finished its cycle about 5 weeks ago. I added shrimp in, and then about a week later I added another shrimp and the royal grama. So you can see the bottom of the glass is quite filthy. I've never cleaned it. It's got a few brown spots in it, lots of green going on, a little bit on the back wall. Not too bad considering it's 5 weeks in. I've had a lot worse, but I mean, the Red Sea light I've got in it's a Red Sea LED 50. That's running on 30% blue and 30% white, so it's not too high. It's not even half power. It's about quarter power, really. Well, about a third. So it's not loads of light. I'm constantly kind of fiddling about with it. Once the algae kind of drops down a little bit, I'll just buffer it up a little bit. But yeah. Few bits of coral as well that I added in about a week ago, about 10 days ago. So we have a lovely pink hystrix, which is not fully at its colour right at the moment. It's only recently gone in, and the light's not, you know, if the light was stronger, then yeah, it'd have a little bit more colour. I think nutrients a bit elevated as well. But yeah, it's got some white tips. I think we might have a bit of growth on that maybe. I know, we'll see. Give it a little bit more time, see what it does. But it's settled in lovely. Polyps are out. It's got a little bit of colour, so that's happy enough. Also, you can't really see it, but there's a bit of red Montipora plating coral right in the centre. But if I show you at the bottom of the tank, we have a little green frag which has fallen off the rock. What I wanted to do is get some super glue and just dab it onto the corner, well, onto the frag, and then put the frag on this kind of back side of the tank, nice and low down, because it's a plating coral. You don't want it shading too much, so I like to put it as low down in the tank as I can. But I don't have any super glue at home at the moment. We need to get some. As soon as I get some of that, I'll stick them on. But surprisingly, this fish is out with the camera out right up against the glass, and he's not. Well, he was there, but he's not scared of much. He was at first for the first week, but now he's kind of got used to me. He's, you know, I can do what I like in the tank. He always comes out. As for the wave pump, I added this in, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday or the day before. I think it might have been yesterday. I added this wave pump in, and this is a new pump actually. There's only one other video on YouTube on this pump, because it's very new. It's a new generation of them. So I am going to do a separate video specifically on this wave pump because it is absolutely amazing. I've only had it for about 24 hours. Controller's up there. You can see TMC. It's a TMC reef flow. 4,000, so it's 4,000 litres an hour. Some of you may be familiar with the reef tides. Well, this is basically generation 2, where you've got the reef flows. Completely new design with the controller, which is absolutely amazing. The wave pump is tiny. You can see compared to my flipper magnet, and you know the outlet nozzle, the size of my hand, it's about the size of an egg, maybe a bit smaller. It's like really small, and it does push, you know, fair bit of flow. So with the controller, I'm just going to run you through it quickly. So you've got the reef mode. This is what I got it on. There's 3 settings. You've got, so that's continuous, and then you can, so that's that would be 10%, 20%, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So it goes all the way up. There's pulsing mode as well, which pulses. And then you just got the reef mode, which is just ramping up and down slowly, which is what it's supposed to naturally do in the reef. So that's kind of setting I have it on at the moment, and then I have it off during the night. On top, we actually have a lid. I was planning on having this tank completely open top, because I love that open top look. Look how you can see the water and everything. This is new. It's only about a week or 2 old. I've had this. Well, about 2 weeks I've had this lid on her, but it's because this Royal Grandma, I put it in, and I was like, oh my god, this fish is really nice. I did not want to risk losing it at all, and I'd like to feel a little bit more comfortable knowing it's got a glass lid. Also helps keep heat in as well, so the heat is not on all the time. Also stops probably about 90% of the evaporation. The only evaporation I get is from these rear chambers here, which is hardly any. I've got a 10 litre container at the end of my bed down there, which would probably last me about 2 months, not even joking, about a month or 2 months, ages. Yeah, so I really like the glass lid. Give it some time as well. All these droplets kind of drop off, and it becomes completely clear on the top. This is a little example on my planted tank. See, there's literally like, well, 10 to 15 droplets, so it'll go completely clear, so you can see straight down. Obviously this tank is quite a lot older than my saltwater tank, so it's had some time for all these droplets to gain quite heavy, and then they just drop down. They can't stick to the glass anymore. And then I just got these clips that came with my Aqua 1 tank, which is the tank I had before this. So just put them on the corner, which keep the glass lid in place. It's got a little bit of a rim around the side, so it fits perfectly. Tiny little bit of gap at the back, which is plenty of room for that cable, but not too big enough for a fish to get out. So fish cannot get out. It's absolutely impossible for that fish to get out, which makes me relax a little bit more, knowing that you know, it's such a nice fish. I wasn't planning on having a lid at all, but then I put it in. I was like, oh my god, this fish is really nice. I really don't want to lose it, especially it was a bit of money as well. So I thought, you know, let's put a lid on it. With the filtration, just a sponge. Can't really see that well, but maybe if I move the light over, no, that's even worse. I've just got a sponge on there, which is a very coarse sponge. I had a little bit of a more finer one, which I took off, and then the kind of water goes down through the sponge. There's some biological underneath there. It goes into the second one, which is more biological and a heater. And then we got just the return pump and the auto top off, which is in that last chamber. So very basic filtration, but there's only one fish in there really, a couple of shrimp. I only feed once a day, and it's, you know, it's enough for them. Yeah, so I know it's been a while since my most recent video. It has been a while, but been very busy. I've got my final exams that I'm currently doing over the next month or so, final GCSEs, so I've got lots to focus on at the moment, but I'll try and keep videos as regular as I can. The next one will probably be on that wave pump, because I'm not going to say too much now. I've already said too much, I think, but I'm going to do a full review on that pump, because there's only one other video on YouTube, and it's absolutely amazing pump, and I'm really, really impressed, especially for the price point as well. It's really good. So yeah, I think I'm going to drop this video here. Thank you all very, very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed what hope you like what I've done with the tank. A couple of shrimp, the Royal Grandma. I think I made some good choices there. I think now it's kind of just letting the tank slowly mature, and as it does, we'll just start adding some more bits of coral over the upcoming weeks and months. So yeah, one more thing as well, coralline algae. You can't really see it, but there's a little bit of a pink dot right in the centre of the screen. Coralline algae is starting in this tank, obviously coming off the shells of the snails and crabs. So that is a really, really good sign, because I haven't had coralline algae in any of my saltwater tanks for the past like 2 or 3 years. So it's nice to see that. So thank you all very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.